Hello, my name is Isa Almonte and I lead the customer success team at Dorsata, and today I'm going to take you through a quick demo of the ACOG Prenatal Record. We have reimagined the original paper, ACOG Prenatal Record, and all their practice bulletins as a plugin or overlay for athenahealth that takes all the power of Athena Clinicals and streamlines it into an experience that's built specifically for conducting OB visits. At the end of each visit, every note, every order, every lab will be pushed back to Athena, so there's no need for double documentation. This doesn't change the way your front office and billing staff do their jobs. Our app is about improving clinical workflow for providers and for improving the quality and consistency of the care they provide. To get started, once the provider is on the visit screen, they are able to access the ACOG prenatal record by clicking APR next to the OB episode tab on the right. When the provider clicks this link, they are immediately taken to Mary's OB chart in the ACOG prenatal record. No need for keeping track of separate logins or for finding Mary's chart once they are in our app. Once loaded in the ACOG prenatal record, the provider is presented with everything they'd want to know about this pregnancy without losing access to other areas of Athena Clinicals. Across the top, we are able to see that Mary is 28, she's Rh negative, which is why this is shown in red, her estimated due date, and she's 36 weeks along. Immediately below are her active pregnancy problems, her medications, and her allergies. One of the biggest complaints we've heard from providers is the complexity of managing the pregnancy problem list. We have made this simpler by aggregating a set of common pregnancy problems in language that is familiar, all mapped to the appropriate diagnosis codes on the back end. Here, the provider is able to search for problems and instantaneously add them to the problem list. Also, for problems that are particularly important, problems can be reordered by importance by simply dragging and dropping. Below this section is the ACOG prenatal record flowsheet. We have designed this flowsheet to be easy to read and scan so that the provider has all the information she needs on the pregnancy in one view. The provider is able to document flowsheet values by clicking on the desired edit links. If the provider is using a tablet, she can simply click on the number pad on the screen. If she is using a laptop, she can type the values in. To move on to the next item, she can swipe her finger, or click, or tab to the next field. Along with the provider's progress notes, we automatically present important notes called Smart Pills, which automatically communicate when important things have been done during the pregnancy. For example, you can see that Mary received her RhoGAM in the 5th prenatal visit. This assures that important actions are not lost in the body of a note and improves consistency across many prenatal visits. We also heard that patient cases are used regularly during the term of a pregnancy, but reviewing them isn't always efficient. Here we are showing that there was a patient case that came in between the 2nd and 3rd prenatal visit. If the provider clicks the bubble, she is able to review the patient case right in the context of the OB chart. We present both the case itself as well as any action notes. This next section, the pregnancy care plan, is where we believe we are doing something really unique. We've taken all of ACOG's practice bulletins, committee opinions, and task force reports and created a dynamic checklist that proposes important items for routine care as well as problem management. Because Mary is 36 weeks along, best practice says that it is time to verify that she doesn't have a history of genital herpes. The provider is able to easily document the answer by tapping on the appropriate option. In the event that Mary had a history of genital herpes, the ACOG prenatal record immediately gives the provider the ability to add the problem to the problem list. Once the problem is on the problem list, you can see that new recommendations are instantaneously added to the pregnancy care plan. The provider can decide which medication she wants to use and add that order to the visit in one click. We can then go back and complete the second recommendation on the list, the Group B strep test, by adding this lab order to the visit as well. The ACOG prenatal record also supports setting custom reminders for a particular patient. For example, the provider might want to remind herself or one of her colleagues to check up on the subchorionic bleed that was added to her problem list in the 4th visit. To add a reminder, she clicks this button. She can then write the reminder and tell the ACOG prenatal record when she wants it to appear in the care plan. She can have it appear in the next visit, at a specific gestational age, or on a specific date. No matter which provider sees the patient, the reminder will appear at the desired time. Let's add it to today's visit so that I can show you how it appears in the pregnancy care plan. As you can see, it shows up right alongside the other recommendations. The provider is able to review and mark the reminder as done by clicking here. Another feature I'd like to highlight is our dedicated lab tab that displays the most relevant and up-to-date lab results during the course of the pregnancy. We take lab result information that the lab facilities send to Athena and automatically map them based on our extensive database of patients and lab facilities so that the practice doesn't have to spend any time mapping these OB lab results in Athena or digging for correct values. Finally, we call this section at the bottom the shopping cart. Here you can review all of the orders that have been added to this visit. If for some reason the provider didn't want to send this prescription back to Athena, she can simply delete it from the shopping cart. Once finished, the provider clicks this button to send everything back to athenahealth. Afterward, the provider is automatically routed back to this visit in Athena Clinicals, where she can review the A&P and see that the appropriate diagnosis code and order are present. From there, she can simply sign her orders and move on with her day. There are many more aspects of our solution that I didn't have time to dive into today. If you are interested in learning more about the ACOG prenatal record, please feel free to visit our website at www.dorsata.com or email us at david@dorsata.com. Thank you and have a good day.